This is a demonstration of impulse for higher physics. So first of all, the equipment. We've got a golf club, we've got a golf ball, we've got a track, we've got a couple of TSAs, we've got some aluminium foil, got a bunch of cables, a couple of crocodile clips, a light gate, and some vernier calipers. And I'll also be using the balance in my room. So first step is to wrap the golf club head and the golf ball in aluminium foil. So I've done that, and I've also attached this cable to the aluminium foil so it forms a contact. I have also got this sheet of aluminium foil and attached a cable to it via a crocodile clip. Next step is to measure the diameter of the aluminium coated golf ball using the vernier calipers. I will do this 5 times to root out any uncertainties. Turn them on, make sure they're zeroed, and straight to the right to the back. And open them up. Put the golf ball in and make sure it's touching its widest point. So we have 42.87 millimeters. Do it again. 42.73 millimeters. 42.73 millimeters again. 42.69 millimeters. 42.75 millimeters. And they're all looking pretty consistent, so that's good. So now we're going to measure the mass of the golf ball with the aluminium on it. So we'll switch my balance to 60 gram mode. This is a 3-figure balance, so quite accurate. Make sure it's zeroed. Open it up. Put the golf ball carefully on there. And it is reading 46.885 grams. So here's the experiment set up in its final form. We've got our aluminium coated golf ball sitting on the aluminium pad. We've got a light gate attached to this TSA. This aluminium pad is connected to the terminal here, and the red terminal is attached to our golf club. So that when I touch the golf club here, you should hopefully see the light come on, completing the circuit. I've also made sure that the middle of the golf ball rolls directly through the light so that our measurements of the diameter before are still useful. As you can see, as I roll it through, that red light turned on. So now all that needs to be done is the experiment itself. So now on to the actual experiment, and remember the top TSA will be measuring the time it takes the golf ball to go through the light gate, and the bottom TSA will be measuring how long the golf club and the golf ball are in contact for. Okay, so now on to the actual experiment. Top TSA is measuring the amount of time it takes the golf ball to travel through the light gate, whereas the bottom one is measuring the time that the golf club and the golf ball are in contact. So here's run 1. For some reason I've got to press enter if you actually want to see the results on this top one. So the ball took 70.84 milliseconds to travel through the light gate, and it was in contact with the golf club for 2.23 milliseconds. So I'll run this a couple more times and let you know the results. So this is run 2. The ball took 105.14 milliseconds to travel through the light gate, and 1.93 milliseconds it was in contact with the club. Run 3. That was 76.73 milliseconds to travel through the light gate, and again 1.93 milliseconds in contact with the club. That was 95.41 milliseconds through the light gate, and it was in contact with the club for 2.97 milliseconds. And the final run, the ball took 92.50 milliseconds to go through the gate, and it was in contact with the club for 2.93 milliseconds. Each time I've been very careful not to contact the club against the aluminium foil, as you can see there from the red LED lighting. That would invalidate the experiment. I'd no longer be counting the time it spent in contact with the ball, but the time it spent in contact with the ground. I'm not a particularly good golfer, so there have been a few shots that I haven't shown you where it's contacted the ground. I'll put these values in the results table to make it easier for you to see.